am such an awesome guy. I make so many videos.
Hello there, Price of Reason here with a special report. Warner Brothers' DC movie Birds of Prey came out this weekend, and it's a certified flop. Now, for those who are not familiar, Birds of Prey is a spin-off of the 2016 film Suicide Squad. While most critics and moviegoers considered that movie to be very flawed, one of the main reasons Suicide Squad succeeded at the box office was due to Margot Robbie's portrayal of the very sexy, dangerous, and crazy Harley Quinn. Birds of Prey was meant to capitalize on that success by giving Robbie her own movie where her character could be further explored. In the months leading up to its release, the press for Birds of Prey made one thing clear. The new movie would explore girl power and feminist themes by having Harley team up with other women to get their vengeance on an evil misogynist played by Ewan McGregor. To complement this new creative direction, the women, including Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, were all given a more modest look, heavily straying from the more sexy source material. Over the past few weeks, leading up to the Birds of Prey release, many articles had been written about how men were not supportive of the film. At the center of these articles was a series of viral tweets written by a man called Matthew Kadish, who had criticized the marketing strategy of the movie. According to Kadish, toning down the sexuality of the characters would hurt box office numbers because it alienated male moviegoers. In order to discredit Kadish's opinion, several sites ran articles bashing him. Cinema Blend claimed that one dude on the internet doesn't speak for every dude. The Mary Sue indirectly referred to him as a misogynist troll. Wear Your Voice called Kadish a cishet man, while Junkie called him a giant man baby. The story gained so much exposure that the film's costume designer, Erin Benach, had to personally respond to Kadish's tweets in an interview with The Insider, where she defended her choices. The story then gained steam outside the US, where the Dutch site Film and Serie called Kadish an old-fashioned sexist. Brazilian website 180 said that Kadish had ignored the real message of the film. And while I can't understand what Russian website Regnum wrote about Kadish, I can only hope that they just wanted to send him a nice bottle of vodka. Unsurprisingly, none of these agenda-based articles bothered to mention that Kadish was a former Hollywood director, an experienced digital marketing expert, and he is also the author of 5 science fiction novels. Of course, when somebody is being discredited by the media, none of these details really seem to matter, and none of these sites cared that following their negative press, Kadish received hundreds of thousands of online engagements where he was personally attacked for several days. But as we often see with the media, they seem to be awfully silent about Kadish today, now that the movie has flopped, just like he predicted. While it seems that the movie will eventually end up breaking even, it is performing well below studio expectations. Many news publications are making wild excuses as to why the movie failed, including bad timing and a poor title. Although there are at least some voices now saying exactly what Kadish himself had been saying from the start, including veteran comic book writer Jerry Conway. So at the end, it turns out that Kadish, an author with film and marketing experience, gave a correct business analysis after all, but nobody from the mainstream media wants to admit it. However, here at Price of Reason Studios, we're committed to giving you the full story because that's the type of journalistic integrity our viewers have grown accustomed to. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to our studio author, director, and marketer, Mr. Matthew Kadish. How are you, Matthew?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
When you tweeted your opinion about the Birds of Prey marketing, did you expect it to have such a massive response?
Nope. I basically made 3 tweets about how I felt like the movie wasn't appealing to the right demographic, and that it was probably going to fail because of that. That was the gist of my tweets. And it went viral. So it was very interesting to see like people not only how they responded to my analysis, but also how they misinterpreted it. Because I made the mistake of using the term sex appeal in my tweet, and everyone just saw the word sex. Totally missed what I was actually saying because of that one word that I used in my tweet. And they just kind of ran with it and used it to attack me personally for a good 7 to 10 days.
So you were surprised by the backlash to your tweet. You weren't expecting that.
No, I really wasn't. But I did read a lot of their comments, and some of them were actually like quite funny, unintentionally so. But it was fascinating for me to just see like these people, how they not only misinterpreted what I said, but also how they decided to punish me for having an opinion on a movie that they supposedly liked and wanted to succeed.
And there were articles written all over the world about it, so much so that at the end, one of the people from the crew of the movie had to respond to your tweet in an article.
I did see the article that they wrote where they talked to the costume designer, and there was an article that actually came out in a different publication way before any of this started, where they made it clear in that article, in that interview, that they specifically designed the costumes for Birds of Prey to be less quote unquote male gazy. And which basically, that's just another way of saying like they toned down the sexuality of the costumes for the movie. And, that's fine. If that was their creative choice to do that, more power to them. But the point that I was making in my tweets was just that, hey, this movie's marketing is not appealing to the right audience. So you're going to miss out on a huge chunk of the male audience, and you're also appealing to a very niche section of the female audience. And because of that, this movie's going to underperform. And I even compared it to Charlie's Angels, because Charlie's Angels made the exact same mistakes. And I think that was really the thing that drove the viral nature of it, was that, hey, we have to rally around this concept, because if this guy turns out to be true or correct, we're going to look bad.
They always seem to rally around their causes on Twitter, but then when the movie comes out, I don't see them standing online rallying to buy tickets. Is that strange?
Honestly, I don't think most of them really care about the movie. They care more about their cause than the movie does. And so they're not willing to actually support the movie.
Now, there was also something else that you had mentioned, that even female viewers enjoy watching sexy women on screen. And then some of the articles were also attacking you for that. Do you regret saying such a thing?
No, because it's true. The male gaze isn't just for men. Women can appreciate a woman's sexuality and looking attractive just as much as men can. And in some cases, even more so. And my point was very simple. It's like, if you want people to see your movie, make it attractive to them. That's it.
And do you feel vindicated now that the movie has come out and it turns out that your analysis seems to have been correct and all these articles and all these publications were wrong?
I can't really say I feel vindicated. I'm glad that I ended up being right, because if I ended up being wrong, it would have been pretty embarrassing. To me, it's not important that I rub people's faces. I'm just glad that there are people out there who can see what happened and see that I was right in my analysis, and then be like, you know what, maybe I should listen to this guy a little bit closer and take his opinions a little bit more seriously.
Do you have a suggestion for Hollywood for how to move forward in future movies, releases of this nature?
Hollywood in general needs to, number one, know who their audience is that they're making these movies for. And number two, needs to do a better job of giving that audience what it is they want.
Well, thank you so much for being here today, Matthew. We appreciate your analysis and that you dedicated so much time to our program.
My pleasure.
If you'd like to learn more about Matthew Kadish's books, you can visit his website, kadishbooks.com. And this is his Twitter handle, where you can follow him. Thanks for watching, my friends. Before you go, make sure to click on that subscribe button. Together, we will make this world a better place. Thank you, and good day.
I am such an awesome guy. I make so many videos.